right, guys. Welcome back to Rts Share Tea, where respiratory therapists live out loud. With me, your host, Linda Fry, the Asthma Lady. Yes. All right, guys. So welcome to everybody. Welcome to anybody new. I just want to say thank you to Gabrielle Davis, who was my guest co-host last week on Rts Share Tea, and who is also an RTpreneur. I hope you guys enjoyed that. She does so much as a respiratory therapist and has branched out in different areas in the healthcare field. All right, so check that out. I'm going to, if I remember, put the description in below. All right, guys. So yes, so this week we are talking about September Asthma Peak and what that is. All right, guys. So, but before we go into that, for those of you that want to be certified asthma educators or just looking for credits to add to if you're renewing, we have a seminar coming up on November 4th. Let me get the specifics now. Okay, so QHC Seminars is having a webinar on innovation in asthma and COPD care 2022. So this comes with 8 AARC approved CEUs for the price of $89. That's not bad, you know what I'm saying, for 8 CEUs. So, and yours truly will be speaking, so you know we gonna have a good time. All right, guys. So yes, so any of you, once again, who want to know more about what's going on in the asthma world, the COPD world, and these specialties, invest in yourself and look into these type of things. All right, guys. So much more to come. And don't forget, I will be at AARC Congress this November in New Orleans, speaking about community engagement and being a respiratory therapist. So, come through, come see me. Would love to meet everybody in person. All right, guys. So yes, your girl is booked and busy. It's a good thing. Look, my phone going off right now. I'm just busy, y'all. Anyway, boom. What am I talking about again? Okay, yes. September Asthma Peak. All right. So for those of us that work in the hospital, that do asthma education and run these type of chronic disease programs, we see fluctuations at different points of the year. So as you can imagine, and this goes with weather, this goes with what's going on with the school year, and I'm talking about pediatric asthma right now. So September Asthma Peak is just a time where we see an increased rise of pediatric patients going to the emergency room for asthma. So it just kind of, the numbers kind of bump up out of nowhere. And so when I first started doing this line of work, running the asthma program, and at the beginning, I didn't know until I was doing the data analysis. I didn't really notice until I compared my first year to my second year to my third year, the rise in the numbers, specifically in September. So September Asthma Peak is actually a period of time that is named that specifically through the American Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, the American Lung Association, and all the other big asthma advocacy programs. So we all notice that at this specific time, the numbers rise. So we tend to pay attention to this specific time. And so the time is mid-September to mid-October. And if you're asking why, so it makes sense that this happens around this time because what happens in September? A lot of the times, most of the children are back in school, right? So across the country, whether you're in the South or in the North or whatever, by September, the kids are usually back in school. So what does that mean? The kids are sharing germs when they go back to school. They're playing and they're interacting with each other in person again. So numbers shoot up. We also have, I live in an urban area, and in North Brooklyn, we very urban. We have school buses. All the school buses are out and about, right? Just with all the traffic. The traffic that we love oh so much, right? So that's another reason why this happens. Another reason why this happened, another factor, is a lot of the times during the summertime, children were not taking their medications the way they usually take it when they are in school. So let's say like if they have a routine with mom or dad or whatever guardian at the home, and then they also have something in place in school. So when school is out, and we're on summer vacation, maybe traveling, or just have a different routine altogether, then we tend not to follow the treatment plan. So boom, when now allergy season kicks in, and it's like, asthma numbers up. All right. And I just said it, allergy season and all this stuff. So allergies, our ragweed, pollen, and all these things are up around this time. So that starts to kick in, and not to mention the weather changes. So depending on where you live, this is another trigger for a lot of children with asthma. So the September Asthma Peak does make a lot of sense. Now, as the asthma program, how do we prepare for this? We up our inventory for asthma management tools and resources. So that means we make sure everybody have their asthma action plans in place, and that before we are involved in the back to school health fair at our hospital every year, and this is prior to school starting in New York City, and we make sure we are handing out the MAF form, the medication administration forms for those with asthma, as well as asthma action plans, right? Boom. We make sure that the folks have this for their school when it's time to go back to school. And I want to say, did I mention, yes, we up the inventory for peak flows and spacers and all that stuff as well. We make sure that we have all the different sizes of peak flows and spacers for all of our the different children that we interact with during the year. And we also keep our eyes out in the ER. So for those that I specifically put my community health workers to work with the emergency room, or specifically around that time. So what that means is we are on call status, or we do rounds in the ED to enroll patients, pediatric patients, into our asthma case management for home environmental assessments. So just making sure that everything is a-okay in the home. So that is another way how we prepare for that time. All right, guys. So anyway, just sharing that news, just in case anybody saw, where, they're talking about the September Asthma Peak, and you wondered, well, why specifically does this happen in September? So I hope you learned something new from me here today. And just remember to continue to grow with us. We are here every Wednesday on Google Podcasts, and we on YouTube every Thursday. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the content. There is so much more to come. All right, guys, thank you so much once again. Remember to invest in yourself and to only compete with yesterday's version of you. All right, guys, bye.